This video is part of a series. Complete the previous videos in this playlist before you start this video. The complete playlist information, the material and the code file information is given in the video description below.
Hello and welcome to our last section of LangGraph, and we are back to where we have started. In fact, in the beginning, we started with a multi-tool AI agent, but that was built on LangChain. We have created an AI agent on LangChain which connects to multiple different type of tools. But the problem with that agent, it was a React agent, which was a plain vanilla LangChain agent, but it was throwing so many errors. And more we use that agent, we felt that we were not in control of it. And even if it was throwing so many errors, we were not able to do anything. Now what we will do is whatever that was built in LangChain, we will try to rebuild that in a LangGraph. I'm not saying that we will get a magical agent that would be 100% perfect, but this would be much better than LangChain. And the LangGraph agent, it looks like we have much more control and we know what is happening. We should be able to track what is happening and we can actually find out where is the error, and we will have multiple options to correct that error. It looks like here you have a way to really make that agent work if it is not working. Here, there was not much of control. So let's do this multi-tool AI agent creation. Let me give a quick recap of what this AI agent is about. We are creating an healthcare AI agent that can answer clinical questions by using multiple tools. If a user asks a question, sometimes the answer may be in SQL databases. EHR data, electronic health records data, is in SQL database. You may have to look at some of the documents and answer the question using RAG agent, or you may have to do web search. When I say you, I'm saying your agent. Sometimes we may have to do some Python coding and do calculations and give the results. So we want to create an AI agent that uses SQL, RAG, web searching, and Python. So the idea looks pretty good, pretty solid. And this is one particular requirement almost every company can connect to, because either your data is in SQL, where you may have to retrieve the data from databases, or if it is not there, if it is structured data, it is there in your SQL in the form of the tables, very well structured. If it is unstructured text data, maybe it is there in some PDF files or some documents. Or if it is data is not there with you, probably it is there in internet. Or sometimes if the data is there, you may have to do some structured calculations. So either Python or web searching or RAG or SQL is what you want to do, your agent. If a user asks a question, sometimes you may have to use multiple tools. You may have to get some data from your structured. You may have to get a couple of points from here. You may have to do internet searching. So one or two tools, you may have to use multiple tools also to give the answer to the user question, because the question is complicated. It may require usage of 2 or 3 tools. This is what we wanted to create. We have already created, I have already shared the code from the LangChain point of view. But the problem with that code is it works, the code works, but for most of the complex questions where we require 2 or 3 tools to work, there we were getting so many errors, like agent ran out of the tokens. There are too many iterations. That is why agent stopped due to too many iterations like that. So the final LangGraph workflow is pretty straightforward. We will have the start node, and then that is connected to an agent node or LLM node, and that is connected to tool node. And tool node will have all the tools. So this is a conditional edge. Agent either will go to tool or it may end. This is the end node. Agent will go to tool. Tool will send back the information to agent. Again, agent decides whether I should go to tool or get to end. Again, a tool will give the information. Maybe first time SQL tool will respond. Second time, probably web search tool will respond. Third time, RAG tool will respond. So agent will reach back the tool whenever there is a tool call inside the last message. Again, agent will go to tool. So it will do this looping multiple times. And finally, once it finds the answer, it will give it back to the user. So user asks a question, LangGraph send it to agent node, LLM decides which tool needed. If needed, LLM graph moves to tools node, tools results sent back to agent. Agent reasons again whether it may need another tool call or not. If it requires the tool call, again it will go here. Otherwise, it will go to and it will do it multiple times. Final answer is returned when there are no more tools needed. That is what will be done. So that is the idea. This is the overall architecture of the graph. I'm not giving the same code here in the code file. In the example 12, this is a large amount of code, and I feel that this project also you can show it on your portfolio. So I have rewritten the code with all the packages, with everything in one place. So the code file link is given here. When you click on it, you will be landing on this particular code file. Section 1 is complete background and theory, explaining what this whole tool is doing. Not only that, even I have given a small one-line positioning statement on your resume as well. You can say that I have designed and implemented a multi-tool clinical decision support AI that integrates EHR data, analytical risk scoring using Python, clinical guidelines retrieval using RAG, and live medical updates using web. So this is what you can say, that if you have actually completed this project, if you are comfortable with the code that we have written here, you can actually keep this as one of your project on your CV, or you, based on this, you can take inspiration from here. You can create something in e-commerce, or you can create something in healthcare. Healthcare is already here. You can create in automobile. So you can actually extend this project in multiple other domains. So I have given the tool description, everything, the whole theory is given, the complete database name, tool description, what each tool is doing, database tables, explanation, PDF files, information, etc. Because I wanted you to have a complete idea on this. If at all you are really keeping it on your CV, the kind of interview questions that you get, you may need to have information of everything that is going into this particular project. So section 1 is background and theory. Section 2 is the actual code. So first we will get all the packages. After that, we will create the SQL database tool. SQL database tool, we have already seen the SQL database tool. There we have used 3 nodes. Out of all the 3 nodes were taken from SQL database toolkit. One of the node that was generating queries, we have used LLM there, but there is something called query SQL database tool. We can use that for database, the query generation. So we are using all the tools from the SQL database toolkit. This will take care of the SQL tool. And the second one is RAG tool. We have gone through the RAG completely end to end. Finally, you will use the tool function to create the RAG tool, and you are giving a detailed description. This will help the AI agent or LLM to pick the right tool. So making sure that we are giving a detailed description when this SQL tool should be used, when this RAG should be used. If the user is asking questions related to clinical, medical documentation, then you use RAG tool. The third tool is a SERP API. We can use either Tavily search or SERP API. Search the web using SERP API. Input should be short keyword query. So we are telling the LLM model that if somebody is asking questions related to this website, if somebody is asking who is the CEO of Microsoft, these are some of the examples or the few shots that we are giving, so that when should be this AI agent using the web tool that we are mentioning here. Lastly, Python REPL tool, whenever we want to do any calculations, computations, risk score calculation, or adding or percentages, in those cases, we are telling the AI agent to use Python REPL tool. When the 4 tools are ready, I will say all 4 tools: SQL, RAG, web search, and Python tool. Once all the tools are ready, we are creating the agent state and then LLM tool binding. So tool binding will help when to choose which tool for what purpose, which tool should be picked. And then we will get into creation of the nodes, define the nodes. The first one is LLM node. I have given the proper numbering here. So you have the LLM node, and the first we will define the LLM and then the LLM node. Inside the LLM node, I have also given one more option. Usually we keep track of all the messages while we are giving the answer. Otherwise, if it is getting into that self loop, and if there are too many messages, if you're getting the error, agent is encountering some issue with the tokens, then you can take last 6 or last send messages. But as of now, we are taking all the messages. We are keeping it in the LLM node. We will say LLM dot invoke, LLM with tools dot invoke, whatever is the user question, and LLM tool calls. Then the tools node, usually you can simply say tool node. This is the simplest way of creating the tools node. You can actually use a pre-built tool node that has been given by LangGraph. This is a standard way we write the, or we create the tools node. But what I have done is I wanted to print which tool we are using. So that is why what I have done is whenever there is a tool call, I'm checking which tool call it is so that I can print it, because I want better tracing when we are going through the final output. I want to see what are the steps it has been following. So if you write like this, which tool has been used, we will not get to see. We will directly jump to the final output. I have written this function so that we can see when SQL being used, when RAG tool being used, when are we using which tool. So finally, tools node is custom tool node that I have created, but this is optional. You can create the standard tool node. So you have the LLM node, which is AI node, which is the, we have the tool node. It's just time to build and compile the graph. So my workflow is state graph, add the agent node as the tool node, set entry point agent, and then conditional edge tools condition has been given by our LangGraph already. Go to the tools. And then finally tools is giving back the response to agent, agent to end. So start, user asks a question, agent decides which tool. Again, tool sends back the information. Agent decides to end or call the tool once again. So for a quick testing, what are all the departments in our DB? First LLM node has been called using the tool. This one LLM node is executing. The department names are in the department table, etc. It has given that. We can re-execute also. Let us see. LLM node executing. And then let us say list down all the departments. List down all the department names. LLM node executing, SQL database node, and these are all the details. Usually if you're using LangChain, I have seen most often we tend to get either wrong results, or most often even the wrong results is not the problem. The problem is agent stopped due to too many iterations, or agent stopped due to token limit. But that is not the case here, and we have tested with all the test cases where the LangChain based AI agent has failed. All the test cases worked for perfectly. You can also go ahead test cases like test case set 1. All of them are giving the result. I'm not saying that you will get perfectly every time. You may still get the error. If you're getting the error, I have told you one of the solution. You can go to LLM node. In the LLM node, instead of taking all the messages, you can take the recent 10 messages or recent 20 messages or recent 5 or 10 messages. Otherwise, even without that also, if you execute a couple of times, you will see that sometimes it has to go through multiple nodes. So let us see some of the questions, how the answers are. LLM node RAG tool, LLM node gave the final answer. And then using web search tool to give the answer. LLM node SQL database tool, and then finally the answer was given from SQL database. LLM node SQL and RAG. This is a combination of two tools have been used. Find the diabetic patients with H1 back above 9. That means it has to use SQL tool. Explain why they are considered as high risk according to clinical guidelines. For clinical guidelines, it has to go to RAG tool. For finding out who are the patients with H1 back above 9, it has to go through the SQL node. So wonderful job by the agent. Identify the patients is SpO2 level less than 90, and then do the summarization. So intentionally, I have given all these icons so that it is easy for you. This is for LLM node or agent node. After that, this is the icon for your SQL database tool. Now within the SQL list tables, and then this one is the RAG tool. This is the icon. So SQL and RAG has been used. Test cases 2. So again, you will see here LLM node, Python, followed by RAG. Finally, all of them are giving the, sometimes it goes through multiple iterations, but still the agent doesn't break. So I have seen that agent still breaks here, but comparatively less number of times. Look at this loop. It has gone through to and fro multiple times to give you the final result. It says that I'm encountering difficulties, but at least it doesn't break. Finally, it gives pretty good results compared to LangChain. I can promise you, LangGraph gives you much lesser errors. Even if it gives errors, there are ways for us to track where are we getting the error from. There are ways to somehow tackle that error. So LangGraph, the reason why the industries are finding it as favorite is because of this particular feature, that you can define what steps a particular agent must follow. You can go back and make changes that will make the agent follow certain structured steps which are repeatable. That will finally solve our problem. So that is the multi-agent tool in LangGraph. Try to practice this. I did not really write the code here. Creating a project like this, you cannot simply just do it in 10 to 15 minutes or half an hour. It does take good amount of time for you, probably 2 days time. Like, I do not want you to just copy paste this code. Just go through this code, understand the code, try to write the code without looking at it. Maybe if it takes 2 days or 3 days or 1 week, also try to spend it, because this is a project that you want to have as the final takeaway from this particular course. And you can seriously go and tell inside your company that I have built an AI agent, which is very complex. Now I'm ready to take up the projects. Or you can step into an interview and say that I have built an AI agent that can handle complex queries, which require 3 or 4 tools to be communicating and finally giving us the answer.
Continue with the next video in the playlist. We are covering everything step by step. If you have any questions or the comments, please post them in the comments window below.